Now these corals are called Goniopora, and they are one of the most prized corals, particularly for beginners. These ones have only just come in, so they haven't opened up too impressively yet. But the most important thing to be aware of with these corals is feeding, because these corals have supposedly only got a very fine membrane and they're only able to take in very small particles of food. So besides they like medium to low flow, medium to high light, they need to be fed regularly. Now you want to feed them a specific food if possible, such as Goniopora, which is out by Two Little Fishies. It's a Julian Sprung product, and what this does is allow very fine particles to allow these animals to feed, and I'd want to feed them several times a week if possible. The other thing to just be aware of is when you feed them, you will see the little mouths, the little arms contract, and it seems to be that if they contract very quickly, that may actually be a defense mechanism and they may not actually be accurately feeding. You should see them feed and close up over the food and see that they're physically feeding, but they'll still be waving around and they may contract very slightly. They won't actually grab the food and quickly pull the food in as an aggressive movement as you may think. So if you do see this aggressive pullback of these sorts of species, then you might need to make sure that you are feeding them a bit slower. Because if you're squirting the food a little bit hard on them and they're not actually absorbing it, actually taking it in as a nutrient, they may actually just be basically rejecting it or withdrawing very quickly because you've just done it a little bit harshly, and that may just be a defense mechanism. Anyway, if you've got any more information on that suggestion, put a little comment down the bottom and tell us what you think.